from Taj Mahal. She's not a woman who looks to be intimidated by the size of any event.
Without a doubt. She's a very focused and fighter. Everybody got to drill at seeing her training in the gym and couldn't believe her punching and kicking ability.
I'll tell you what, she has a little something to overcome because this woman, Bonnie Canino, is far more experienced and fighting in a style here with the high kick rules, not the low kick rules, no elbows, no knees, that a Muay Thai box fighter Lisa Howarth is not as familiar with.
Without a doubt. So that gives the advantage to Bonnie. This is her type of fighting with high kick. And Bonnie, of course, has been very active. She's fought 4 times in the last 8 months. So that's the edge that Bonnie, of course, has in the bout.
I'll tell you what, but they share a common opponent. Both women, to succeed in their career, have had to fight against the idea that women don't belong in fighting sports, and both have succeeded admirably, and both have as a goal the furthering of that cause.
And that's why this is Bonnie's toughest fight since Lisa Howard decisively beat Kathy Long, who beat Bonnie Canino.
Now, I'll tell you what, you're looking at 2 very strong women, and you know, at the weigh-in, Lisa Howard, even though she also weighed in at 125 like Bonnie Canino, looked like the bigger, perhaps stronger fighter of the 2. Canino, of course, we know, counts on her aggressiveness, so we'll see how that plays out. Okay, let's go now to the introduction of the fighters to Michael Buffer in the ring.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, World Championship Kickboxing continues. This time, 10 rounds for the Women's Featherweight Championship of the World. When the bell rings, the referee will be John Kalin. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the light blue colors, weighing in at 125 pounds. Her professional record, 14 victories with only 1 defeat and 1 draw. She currently holds the ITBF and the WKA world titles. She comes to us tonight from Manchester, England. Ladies and gentlemen, the challenger, Lisa Howarth. And across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, her opponent wearing the red trunks with black trim, weighing in also at 125 pounds. Her professional record, 21 victories with only 2 defeats. From Dania, Florida, ladies and gentlemen, the Kick World Featherweight Champion of the World, Bonnie the Cobra Canino.
Now, our referee John Kalin will give the fighters instructions, and I'll tell you, I have anticipated this fight for a long time.
That's elbows and knees. There'll be no kicking or sweeping below the belt, okay? In case of a knockdown, the fighter that's left standing will go the furthest neutral corner. The fighter who I'm counting out has got to have their hands up at the count of 8. I'm holding you responsible for your corners. Remember, minimum 8 kicks per round, or you'll be deduct points. Any questions? No. Okay, come out, fighter.
The tail of the tape. Canino, the older fighter, a little bit shorter. She's probably closer to, well, she's about an inch shorter, I'd say. And a little bit lighter. Actually, both weighed in today at 125. Spin back fist for Canino, who usually comes straight forward and a little bit cautiously does so early in a fight. Tries to steal Howarth off the bat. Howarth, right off the bat. First time I've seen her, good left and right hands. She punches like a boxer. Canino spins and he gets hit by the hands again. And Canino says she's got to watch out, Lou, because Howarth has a devastating right hand.
Right punch is her best weapon, and she's knocked down many opponents with it. And if Bonnie, again, has to be very, very careful as she knows of that right punch.
And I don't know if Canino has ever tasted a stronger snapping kick to the face than Howard's kick. It didn't land flush, but you could see the power in that right round kick.
What a puncher, Mike. This is the best puncher Bonnie has ever fought. What a strong, strong puncher.
And Howarth might be feeling the same way as Bonnie Canino. Switches southpaw and lands 2 right hands.
Good,
again.
solid.
And against that's the plan now to spin. Not usually Bonnie's style against Howard.
Strong, short punches. Typical boxing hands.
Right away, they're going at it. No feel out here. Unloading. Canino in trouble with her back turned, and the power of Howard telling early. Canino punching the body. A left hook sends her out of that clinch. She can taste the power. You can see it in her face. Good uppercut. Howarth is strong. Side kick doesn't move her. She slips down, but I'll tell you what, her kick moved the body of Bonnie Canino.
Without a doubt.
Canino, the champion in red. Howarth, the challenger, but a world champion elsewhere in blue.
Lisa said that she respects Bonnie, but will not go off a fight plan, which is an aggressive fighter coming forward. What a beautiful left right foot! Tremendous.
A left and a right hand, no knockdown, but they checked the gloves, and Canino got up expecting the referee to stop it. I'll tell you, this does not look like the Bonnie Canino we've seen before. She looks a little nonplussed.
Only because of the power of Lisa Howard. She came right at Bonnie at the beginning with those powerful punches. Took Bonnie right off a fight plan.
How about this? Lisa Howard, you had a feeling when you met her that she was by far the most powerful fighter. Bonnie Canino is faced. You see her there. And I'll tell you what, I've not seen a woman her weight throw this hard.
And I haven't seen a woman punch as good or have as good a hand as Lisa Howard.
I'll tell you, Canino does not look fierce as Bert Rodriguez.
Sometimes overhand, follow it up, all right?
And in the sense of Lisa Howard, she's going to be right on top of Bonnie.
Bonnie's got to summon up something.
Bonnie's got to apply some lateral movement and get away until she gets focused a little bit more and loosens up a little bit more.
I'll tell you, Howard looks like she's the champion. She looks a little more poised. Canino showing some movement now.
I think that's her only fight until she gets warmed up a little bit more. She can't be stationary against Lisa Howard.
That right round kick, back leg is punishing Canino.
Good left and uppercut. Strong punching combination.
I'll tell you, Canino did not count on Howard's ability to fight inside, because as a Thai fighter, it's generally knees and elbows inside. But I'll tell you what, Howard brings her boxing, her hands up like a boxer inside.
Without a doubt. Good punch on Bonnie's part. Right punch. Beautiful, right on the money.
Canino trying to find something that works. Right now, she's being punished. That was a better kick from Canino. Howard is so strong, it's hard to believe they're the same weight. Spinning left back
by a right punch.
on the hand of Howard. On the head of Howard, excuse me. And the straight left by Canino, no conviction on that one. Now she's finding the range. She's got to put some power in there, some snap. Canino now feels a little more confident.
Bonnie takes a couple of rounds to warm up, and she showed that in the previous fights, but she can't stand in front of Lisa while she's warming up. She's too powerful of a puncher.
So that the exchange before this, she nearly walked into the right hand. That's what the spins were for, but she got punished at the end of the spin.
Good double punch combination.
And again, the right hand by Howard, but a left hook.
Powerful punches.
Spinning back fist from the left hand by Canino that time.
Come on, keep working.
Tell you what, these women are going at it.
Come on, from the chin.
That right hand on the shoulder of Canino. Left hand by Canino, and she's not throwing with as much power. And she fights out. Canino grimaced her face and said, "That's enough." You could see it in the expression. "I'm coming after this woman." Countering off the ropes, can't find the range. Right round kick that takes the left hand to the face for Canino. But I'll tell you what, I think Bonnie Canino got back in this fight. I just scored a second round.
Definitely a strong exchange. Definitely a better round for Bonnie, but I still see Lisa throwing the harder punch, and I still give Lisa the second round also.
All right, but it's going to be a fight. We know that. 10 rounds for the women's world featherweight title. Let's listen in.
Just trying to lead with the right. That's when you move to the right, okay? Stay away from it. Side kick's working nice too.
Exchange, Mike. Backhand countered by a right punch by Lisa.
Trainer Keith Kelly has the enviable job. Lisa Howard tells us she's also dating him. I don't know.
You're not going to question it either. You're not going to question it, Mike, are you? What a tribute to women kickboxing. These two great fighters. These two great champions.
How about when you have a fight with your boyfriend and he's the trainer? Bonnie Canino, one thing that might have been bothering her is she has a major cut, 15 stitches in training. 2 weeks ago, Bert Rodriguez, her trainer, opened it up, and she's upset about that since she punished him for 2 weeks afterwards. And so far, it has not opened up, so maybe Bonnie feels better now. It's the right eye, and we'll see if it opens for Bonnie Canino. She didn't want her opponent to know. Naturally. Canino in the rest. Oh, left hand by Canino lands. Oh, hey, that
Followed by left
back
hook by Lisa.
had to hurt. Hit her in the back, Canino, but you can feel the power over here. Those are Muay Thai kickboxing trunks for Lisa Howard. She studied judo at 11 and at 13 started studying kickboxing. Thai style, elbows, knees, leg kicks. Never on the street, you never guess.
in the interview, Mike, as you remember, Lisa said she does respect Bonnie, but she fought much tougher fighters than her throughout her career.
She said there's nothing brilliant. Bonnie does a lot of things well, but she's seen better. She can't knock me out.
In a very polite way, she says she's a reasonably good fighter.
Not a lot of respect for the champion. And she hasn't come in here on at all. Canino pushing that left hand, but gets through the guard.
Right punch.
There's that atomic right hand.
That's her favorite technique. Bonnie knew she'd have to look out for it.
Last 10 seconds. Left hand, oh no, right hand by Howard. To the face of Canino, who grimaces in frustration. Right round kick to the chest of Bonnie Canino.
Good round again. Bonnie coming back a little bit, throwing more combinations, which she has to, but she needs 3 or 4 rounds to loosen up. I still give a slight edge to Lisa Howard in that round. But a much better round for Bonnie compared to the first.
Bonnie Canino got involved in fighting, following her brothers around. Following her brothers around, playing soccer, playing all sports, and then trying martial arts. She saw kickboxing, she wanted to try it. They said she couldn't do it, but she impressed her trainer so much that she got the chance.
You're doing good.
Brilliant. Lisa Howard, a very similar story. Studied judo because she was tired of playing soccer, wanted something different. The local club, sporting club, boys club, girls club, offered it. From there, her trainer went into kickboxing. She tried it too. She asked for a fight. Her trainer laughed at her. She had to overcome her own trainer skepticism. Keith Pelly, who's now her boyfriend.
They're not laughing at her now.
Yeah, he hasn't laughed much at her now. And they got an offer. A Dutch woman needed a fight. She went out and won and said, hey, I can take on the world. And she's been doing that. Tremendous power for Howard. Left round kick by Canino lands. Howarth is terrific at countering, though, and still got a left hand in. Left hand over the top by Canino. They battle inside, and they'll break him.
Lisa Howard's been inactive for about a year, but you don't see that in the ring at all tonight.
No, she had a broken shin. She's coming back from. Hasn't fought since August 31st, 1992. But no inactivity.
Left, right.
No rust. Left hand was terrific that time by Howard on top. Howard doesn't blink, following her opponent with her eyes. Canino looked over at us and kind of shook her head and blinked, saying, hey, I'm in with a horse here. I'm in with a warrior. Bonnie Canino's goal to be the greatest woman fighter in her day. Fighting all the best, and that's why she's fighting Linda Howard. Lisa Howard. Canino stalking, lands the left hand. Not getting a lot of respect, though.
Strong, but nothing with the power, nothing close to the power of Lisa Howard.
It's hard to believe they weigh the same. Howard looks so much bigger. Left hand is...
Left and right, left and right.
Finishing with the right, as you say. Right round kick to the face of Howard, and she nods, saying, yeah, you got me that time.
Nice uppercut by Bonnie. Probably one of her better fighting punches of the night.
Bonnie Canino spin a very aggressive fire. She drew her opponent in for the spin, and it glanced off the cheek. Left and a right by Howard.
She's catching Bonnie as she comes in almost every time she throws that back leg kick.
Right hand again by Howard. Canino, an aggressive fighter, known for coming in, punished every time she steps forward. That time it was the right hand. Oh, Bonnie just ducked, lights out, spinning back fist.
But she didn't duck, lights are out on that back fist.
Right hand and left round kick to the belly by Canino, who finishes strong.
Uh-oh, do you toss and turn all night long?
Finish with a kick, says Keith Pelly, trainer and a Thai kickboxer himself, to Lisa Howard.
Well, these are the rounds that Bonnie usually gets warmed up in and starts pushing on the offense. Whether she's going to do it with Lisa Howard, we'll see now.
And that's right, because war of attrition is one of the weapons of Bonnie Canino as we enter the 5th round. How have you got this one so far, Lee?
Definitely have it, Lisa Howard. Definitely have it. But again, Bonnie Canino is a slow starter, and she usually comes on midway through the 10-round bouts that she fights in. So this is the time that Bonnie usually shows her true colors and her ability comes out.
There, Canino doing better. That left round kick to the gut was a solid one against Howard. Canino warmed up quickly and knocked out Killer Runnick, also from Britain. Last time she fought a fighter from out of the country here.
As she did with most of the fighters that she fought. Canino learned she was a fighter against a foreign fighter. The Dutch Lucia Riker, when
Canino was just starting out. Riker, my God, good punch from Bonnie. Good left hand, and that had sock to it. Timed that one nicely, had a body behind it. And Riker was much bigger and more experienced, and Canino learned, hey, I can take this, the worst has already happened. And that's when she matured as a fighter. Left hand by Canino again, she's learning to time her opponent. Howarth now trying to come in behind the right front kick. Trying to change up a little bit. Canino getting more and more respect. Style-wise, she's starting to solve some of the problems against Howarth.
Trying to put her hands and feet together more to a more combination and evasive.
Right hand off the ropes there. She's got to stop turning around. Howarth is just waiting for her to duck her head and turn her back again.
She's dropping the guard, as you say, Mike, and that's resulting in the right punch of Lisa.
Howarth just waiting for that open shot. That left hand by Howarth misses. Canino lands inside, but so does Howarth. Left hand by Canino. She's putting her body behind it. She's timing her opponent's charge. Right hand by Howarth. And you can look at Canino's face. She felt that one on the upper chest. That hurt.
Strong fighters, Mike.
Round 5.
I give this an even round. A little better round for Bonnie for sure. She's starting to loosen up a little more, come off with a combination. I give it an even round.
All right, let's talk now to John Malice. John?
All right, Michael, thank you very much. Very familiar face, the ring announcer, Michael Buffer. Michael, what boxing event in the world don't you do?
Well, I do a few here and there, you know that.
We are looking at 2 of the top female kickboxers in the entire world. Michael, do you think, from your experience, and you go to every one of these events, that we'll ever see sometime in the near future 2 women fighting for the World Heavyweight Championship in regular boxing?
I don't know if we'll see it in heavyweight, but I think there's more and more women are getting involved. They go to gyms, they work out, and when they become competitive and get involved in martial arts, there is a crossover there, the professional boxers. We just had boxing on ESPN last Wednesday, and in the undercard, it wasn't on TV. We did have 2 women boxers. So they're more competitive now, and women are more athletic and in great shape, so I think we're going to see it.
All right, Michael, thank you very much. Guys, back to you at ringside.
Okay, and the action is nonstop. Round 6. Lisa Howarth, the commanding lead unofficially on Lou Neglia's card. Tell you what, Lou, you said, I didn't want to comment before I'd seen it, best kickboxing card ever put together. And of course, we know you had a large hand in putting this together. So far, it's as good as any kickboxing card I have ever seen. And these 2 women really are an epiphany here.
This is what kickboxing needs to graduate to the level it should be. As a major sport, kickboxers are the best athletes, and they should get the recognition, and the sport should rise to the level of other sports and more recognized.
Outstanding. Canino coming in behind the side kick, gets nailed with the right hand, but punches inside anyway. Tell you what, she's gained confidence every round, and I'll tell you what, last round, she all but won the round.
That's why she's a great champion she is. She'll fight till the end, and she gets better as the rounds go on.
Left hand by Canino.
The later rounds are Bonnie's best rounds, and we'll see how she's going to do with it, but she's definitely doing better in these later rounds.
Tell you what, however this one ends, I'd like to see this one again, Lou.
Without a doubt, without a doubt.
Make this one back. All right, again she spins away with her back turn and gets nailed. You can't do that. Bonnie wants to touch gloves. Lisa says, hey, we're fighting here. More vicious than the men. Whoa, left hand.
Left punch.
Splits the guard. Right hand over the top. Canino looking at ringside as she does it. She can't believe, I think, that she's coming back herself. She's so impressed with her own intestinal fortitude. She is truly a champion, and she's tested here tonight. Howarth's not as quick and not as active as before. Canino's still on her toes, though. The Cobra, striking, spinning, and again turning the
Combination, Mike.
I'll tell you what,
Bonnie's shaking her head, saying it didn't hurt.
we saw this right hand.
Friday, February.
Side of the ring, John Malice has Elba Cookie Melendez, who lost to Bonnie Canino last fight but went the distance.
That's right. Thank you very much, Michael. Well, Cookie, welcome to Atlantic City again. Unfortunately, you're not in the ring tonight against Bonnie. What do you think? Is she intimidated here tonight by the challenger? Can you see it in her eyes? I mean, she's a very tough puncher, the challenger.
Absolutely. She happens to have a very tough opponent tonight, and apparently Bonnie knows what it's like to be hit. She hasn't been hit in the past, and now she's met her match. And I think it's an excellent fight tonight.
Do you see the intimidation in the eyes, though, of Bonnie Canino?
Yes, I do. I think she's very frustrated, and she's very, she have to come back stronger, or because otherwise I see a new champion right now.
Okay, very quickly. You're gonna fight the this match?
I may not. We'll see.
All right, guys, back to you at ringside. Thank you.
Okay, I'll tell you what, someone quick, get to Bonnie Canino's corner. She takes a left hook. Tell her to elbow Cookie Melendez has already transferred the title. That will make her mad. The woman that she shut out here in the ring here at Trump Taj Mahal, Marquettas Arena, and that'll get Bonnie fired up. She is anything but through in this fight.
Without a doubt.
Behind on points, I'd say that.
Behind on points, but Bonnie's a great champion. I'll be in there fighting with her heart and soul until it's over. And that's what makes her the great champion she is.
Indeed.
And she definitely is coming on in the rounds.
Left hand, and a right hand. She's got Howarth on the ropes with her hands. Howarth the puncher.
Best double combination of the night for Bonnie.
Howarth kind of opens her mouth now and takes a deep breath.
You know, show a little sign of weariness on Lisa Howard's part.
Ooh, right hand. Howarth has only been 8 rounds once or twice. Is that right?
That's what the record show.
We'll check that in a second. I've got it in my notes. Afraid to look away from this fight. But maybe Canino in the championship rounds. 7, 8, 9, 10 will be the champion. Will be stronger. Howard, physically strong. Now Howard drops her arms to her side to shake them out. A little bit of arm weariness from those big right hands setting in for Lisa Howard. That's a key sign. Round kick by Canino. Right hand by Canino. Howard now wants to get power back in us with the right hand. Lands to the body. On the ropes, not much left. Spin, well short. Right hand. Long right hand to the body and face. Took that right hand to the face and looked back, and I think Canino may be saying, you can hurt me, but you can no longer stop me. I can take your shot. I've seen your best.
She's felt the best, and she's still standing, and you're 100% right on that point, Mike.
But is she winning enough rounds? Is she winning any rounds?
She's coming back, but still she's short on the rounds. But again, her best rounds are the later rounds of the fight. And again, Lisa Howard, as you said, has not fought past 8 rounds.
Yes, come on.
Stamina is questionable, which we'll find out tonight.
Yes.
All right. Well, biggest fights, Ryoko Kimaji, 1-round knockout with knees and a tie stop by Claudia Corner, Dutch, who was much heavier and a kicker. Combination punches to the head and knockout in the 3rd round. Those are some of Lisa Howard's biggest fights, biggest opponents, and they ended very, very early. You look at Lisa Howard, what does she have to overcome? Mainly the fact that her parents, her mother, suffered so because they didn't want to see their daughter aggressive fighting in the ring. They worried about her, but they didn't want to see her that way. See a woman, an attractive woman, in that kind of a role. To male trainer, as we mentioned, said she wanted to fight.
You know, Mike, both fighters are definitely getting tired. It could come down to the better conditioning resulting in the winner of this fight. Both fighters are scoring.
Maybe Bonnie, who owns and manages US 1 fitness centers with her trainer, Bert Rodriguez in Florida, that may be an advantage right now.
Conditioning could be the depth of this later rounds.
Canino with the left-handed stance. He's trying to spin, nearly got nailed. That glanced off the back of the head. Canino looking to counter. Backing up more than we've seen her before. Stepping in now, faking, brings up the round kick.
Strong roundhouse.
Has to keep doing that, get some respect, but look at Howard shove her off the ropes. Two fists against the shoulder blades, against the shoulders.
His mouth is starting to open up, showing signs of tiredness, but still getting that power in that punch.
Bringing up the right leg towards the head that time, fell a little short, but landed against the chest. Howard missing, frustrated, grimaces, and now Bonnie punishes the midsection, a left and a right round kick. Canino takes the right round kick. Howard is so strong. Hear those kicks snap.
Come on!
Right hand to the body by Canino as they break the clinch, but Howard not breathing heavily. Looks like she's well rested. Howard, strong right round kick across the chest, and Canino's no longer flinching. Maybe a little power is gone.
Ooh, left hand by Bonnie.
10 seconds to go in this round. Key point in a 10-round world title fight. Bonnie Canino's world featherweight title at stake here. The woman in the red. We'll go to both corners and listen now, Lou. Let's follow them back. Let's hear what the corners have to say. All right?
More convincing, all right? Keep the chin down. Chin down. Okay. Take some deep breaths. Come on, Nicola. Yeah, combination.
Ready to go again. After listening to the corners, round 9, 2 to go. Howarth head on points on your card, Lou.
Without a doubt, but Bonnie is slowly but surely catching up, but still behind in the fight at present.
Good strong right round kick across the ring by Howarth. Bonnie grimaces at that round kick to the body. Oh, and another one drives
Right
it
out to the
backwards.
body.
That one missed. Canino has to get busy. Takes a right hand after kicking her opponent. Howarth is so strong.
Strong body attack. They head up to the stamina, take your stamina completely away.
Howarth, a strong low kick to the groin of Canino. That had to hurt. That was low. Inadvertent but low, and there's a low kick from Canino. And again, Canino is low. Getting weary or paying back? Howarth doesn't blink. Canino grabs her leg, can't do that. Howarth smiles. Canino fighting, but you can tell she's had pieces taken out of her. She is weary. She's in tremendous condition. But she is not as sharp as she was. Trying to draw her opponent in, looking for that big shot to end it.
Both fighters losing some of their power because of their tiredness.
Canino with her head down. That's dangerous. Spin elbow. Oh, she never got the arm extended. The elbow nearly conked Bonnie Canino.
Because of Canino coming in at the same time.
Yeah, I don't think it was intentional, but boy, that was dangerous.
Without a doubt.
Foul that could have ended a fight. Canino inside the left hand. Inside. They're not punching out of it. We'll see if Canino can still draw her in for that spin technique she tried to nail her opponent with earlier. That is it. But hey, it may work for Howard. Ooh, right hand.
Right hand.
That was close to lights out. Just missed.
Another fighter would have been out.
On the point of the chin, that was over. That was it. Canino grimacing. Can't hold her opponent off with the side kick. Howarth has just been too strong. Going into the last round, Lou, how's this fight scoring?
I still see Lisa definitely ahead. Bonnie having to get a knockout to pull this out. She did come on in the later rounds, but she needed more, of course, to finish and even off the early round.
One more round to go, and Howarth is not backing off as if she's got a lead. She's coming right at her opponent.
Knowledge in the side kick by Bonnie. Good punch, left hand.
Howarth walked into it and didn't blink. What a chin she's got. Right hand. That time, Howarth felt the right hand. Now a left hand. Canino's got to hurry with 1 minute to go. She's well behind on our card.
Punches, the best round of the fight for Bonnie.
She's got to do it in Ferry. She makes her opponent miss. Can't counter. Howard ties her up. Kalen's got to break him.
45 seconds left. The best round of the fight for Bonnie.
Canino try. Oh, there's the left hand. Not as powerful as she needs with that one. Howard not backing off. 34 seconds to fight. Howard in control most of the way. We think Canino needs to knock out. Left hand, right hand up to the head of Howard.
19 seconds.
Canino now counters with the left hand, doesn't connect.
Come on, break.
There'll be no knockout. Less than 10 seconds to go. It'll go to cards. Both women land. Tie up.
sport of kickboxing.
The grit of Bonnie Canino, the strength and power of that woman from Manchester, England, Lisa Howarth, who works her days in a nursery taking care of babies all the way up to 4 years of age, then teaches youth sports. Her goal after she finishes fighting?
Tremendous role model.
She would like to take the young girls that she trains at the karate studio, because her studio attracts more than any other in terms of kickboxing, and produce her own women world champions. She's trying to open the sport up just as that woman, Bonnie Canino, has and plans to do.
Well, students have the great benefit of training with a great fighter, mentally and physically.
All right, let's go in the ring now to Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the scorecards. James Powers scores the belt 98-95. Michael Judge scores it 99-95. And Ralph Rispoli has it 99-96 for the winner by unanimous decision. And new women's featherweight champion of the world, Lisa Howarth.
And there is ecstasy. But if you took a look at Bonnie Canino's face, she looked like she wanted to cry as the decision was announced. Lisa Howarth, a tremendous fighter. There you see her.
Both of them are great fighters. A rematch is definitely in order here. This was one of the best kickboxing female bouts that I've seen.
Uh-oh, the Utah...
Now, ladies and gentlemen, from Donald J. Trump's Casino Resort here at the Taj Mahal, it's World Championship Boxing. This is sanctioned by the Karate International Council of Kickboxing. 10 rounds for the Women's Kickboxing Featherweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the black trunks with green and gold trim, weighing in at 123 pounds. He come to us from Dania, Florida. Her professional record, 23-3, 10 KOs to her credit. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the challenger and the former world featherweight champion, Bonnie the Cobra Canino. And her opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the red, white, and blue colors, weighing in at 124 pounds. Her professional record, 15-2-1, 5 KOs. In her career, she currently also holds, title not on the line, the WKA World Championship. She comes to us from Manchester, Great Britain, presenting the Women's Kickboxing Featherweight Champion of the World, Lisa Howarth.
Okay, fighters, I give you the instructions to the dressing room. This is a championship fight. All kicks and punches above the waist. If anybody scores a knockdown, there's an 8 count with 2 white corners or neutral corners. I expect you to go to that corner before the count begins. 2 seconds, any questions? Fighters, step back, bow into me. Yourselves will begin.
Lisa Howarth holds the kick title she took from Bonnie Canino and 2 other titles, including one for the WK at 118 pounds. She is strength personified. I don't know how she can make 118. She must be a monster. Bonnie Canino, a 10-year quest. Late in 1992, right here, finally captured the world featherweight title and wants it back, and now she's coming straight ahead, unlike last time. Usually she's a feel-out round in her fights, but not tonight. She's all over Howarth, and it shows in Howarth's eyes. The smile is gone.
Big difference on Bonnie's part. Last time she laid back too much, and now she's taking the fight right to Lisa, confident that she could do the job with her aggression.
And Howarth, with her legs and particularly with the right hand, turned Bonnie away, caught her leaning the wrong way, leaning out of harm's way. Canino says, or at least her people say, she won't talk. It was a cut, a 15-stitch cut on her eye she was trying to protect that lost her that fight. Right hand up by Howarth inside of strong, but Canino is busy to the body and then the head.
Good combination by Canino, hands, body, and face combinations.
That kick missed. So far, it's Canino early on doing what her trainer said she would do. Takes the right hand and the left and keeps coming. Canino unfazed this time by the power of Howarth.
And our trainer and teacher, Bert Rodriguez, says that Bonnie beat herself in the last fight by not being as aggressive as she should be. Totally different now.
She nearly walked into the right and the right again by Howarth with tremendous power in that right hand. Good straight jab pushes Howarth's head back for Canino. Howarth likes it rough. She's a Muay Thai fighter, elbows, knees, and leg kicks. rougher the better. And there's color in the cheeks of Lisa Howarth.
Feeling the power of that kick, even though it's in four, it's held in the arm. Good combination by Lisa.
Canino pins her against the ropes and Coratone breaks that. A lot of action in round one. Both women out to prove a point. Goes good
left hook.
But Bonnie turns away again and gets nailed by the left hook, and now Howarth holds her along the ropes.
And that was a big problem in the last fight, turning away with her hands unprotecting her face. And this time it cost her.
Exactly. Poor technique. Left and a right, or excuse me, a right and a left, and now Canino to the body, but without much conviction, and then back up to the head. Trying to pile up points, trying to win the judge's decision. She's upset last time that the points didn't go her way. End of round one.
Good strong round on both fighters. Much more aggressive on both sides of this fight, as opposed to the last fight, it was mostly Lisa's side.
That is Bert Rodriguez in the corner with Ed Catucci with Bonnie Canino. And clearly, her idea is to be aggressive and not leave it up to the judges to throw 2 for 1.
She blames herself, and Bert agrees that they gave it to the judges. They're not going to do it this time. Their aggression and then either a knockout or a unanimous decision is going to leave the judges no decision on who's the victor.
Howarth, as you watch her here, claims she'll be better this fight because she's been busy. 3 fights in the last 4 or 5 months, not coming off the broken shin and a 14-month layoff, that the opportunities are coming to her. All kinds of opportunities and promotional opportunities, particularly here in America where she'd like to relocate. And her confidence is up after having so many fights. She's also been working on her kicks, trying to make them stronger. And there is Howarth, and she knows she's in a fight. There's Keith Pelly, her trainer, ducking out of the ring, a Muay Thai world champion himself.
Just won the European Championship in Russia.
And Canino and Howarth exchange strong kicks to the ribs. Now it's Canino in the black with the green, chasing Howarth around the ring. Howarth with the superior power there, but partially blocked on the gloves of Bonnie Canino.
Very strong back leg roundhouse kick and strong right punch. Lisa's 2 favorite techniques that knock down many opponents.
Canino's still coming.
Another right, just barely misses.
Bonnie Canino light in condition. Oh, right leg up, right to the chin of Canino. Got through the guard. Second one is blocked. Canino learns. Howarth pushing Canino off with a straight arm to the face. Canino missing on the spin. Left and a right by Howarth, countering the charge of Canino.
Bonnie's a slow starter, but this fight she's not starting slow, very aggressive, which is not her normal fight plan. She usually comes on later, coming on strong at the beginning.
Prides herself on being the best conditioned fighter, her weight, and certainly perhaps her sex in the world, maybe any weight in the world.
Good front kick.
Trying to come on earlier, but Howarth now starting to get the timing in the second round to hold her up. Howarth in the silver trunks. Right hand over the top by Canino as they both exchange. Now Howarth turning to get off the ropes, and the right uppercut lands. We wondered, because Howarth likes Muay Thai where they brawl and use knees inside, how well she would fight inside last time, but she fought inside like a professional boxer, using her hands well and bringing them up inside. She's doing it again here.
Without a doubt, her right hand is as good as any boxer on the circuit today.
Canino digging the belly as Howarth pulls back. Oh, left and right.
Combination.
10 seconds to go in the round. Both women want to finish strong. It's Canino to the attack. The head and now the body. And now Canino's head pushed outside the ropes. Coratone says, end of round 2. It just gets better.
Now.
And Ed Catucci, your manager, who will also assist with cuts.
Bend your knees, goddammit.
Actually, I should say Ed is more like an agent. Bert handling the management. Bert and Bonnie both own US 1 Fitness Studios in South Florida. Oh, strong round kick by Canino, but she pays for it.
With 3 punches from Lisa.
Leather to the face, and a right hand by Canino shakes the head of Howard.
Strong back leg roundhouse kick.
Good hands inside by Howard, but she can't hold Canino off, and now she tries the forearm. But Bonnie is determined. She's stuck like glue on her opponent tonight.
What a gladiator, Bonnie. She got hit solid as she was coming and kept coming.
You can see why they've been talking about these 2 women all week, waiting for this one to take place. The rematch.
As well as everybody else, Mike.
Canino ducking under a punch, comes back and pins Howard on the rope. Canino comes out strong this round. Her manager, Bert Rodriguez, her trainer, yelling at her.
Good uppercut from Bonnie.
Between the rounds. Exchange of kicks, and they are throwing everything they've got in those kicks. The right round kick up high, glances the glove to Canino, and a right hand by Howarth gets in.
Strong right hand.
Canino says, she never hurt me. I was never in trouble, and so far, it's true again. Canino's eyes have been clear all the way through. If anything, it's Howard's head that is shocked backwards.
Spin backhands coming off the forehead. I say it's a fast-paced fight. Conditioning is going to be a factor. This fight goes the distance, Mike.
Will be indeed. Howarth, of course, had never gone past 7 until she fought 10 with Canino. She's tired in the 5th and rejuvenated in the 6th and finished strongly. Canino gets stronger round after round as fights go on. He often doesn't turn up the pressure, Bonnie Canino, until the 4th or 5th.
And without a doubt, the longer the fight goes, the more advantage it is for Bonnie.
Third round action. They're still going at it hot and heavy. End of round 3.
You're doing good. Follow up on the kicks. Follow up on that erratic shift. It bothers her. Keep that side kick coming. You're doing good. This is what I want to see from you. Busy. Finish the round.
You hear Bert Rodriguez. Is that any way to talk to a fighter? Yeah, you bet it is.
Yes, it is, for sure.
Language is not a concern with the title at stake. Two titles.
Drop the hands. You do well. Always.
Maybe your future as a fighter as the 32-year-old Bonnie Canino.
The corner is so important to motivate your fighters to give it his all from the beginning of the round to the end. And each round, in between the rounds, you have to motivate them to give it their all. Because to be a champion is that extra effort.
Much calmer in Lisa Howard's corner, where manager Paul Ingram predicted to us a 5th round knockout. Lisa would have none of it. Says, the knockout's here, I'll take it, but I'm planning to win on points. It's safest that way. Both women with the kicks early, and now the jabs there.
But she predicted confidently that she will be the victor. Good combination by Bonnie.
Strong right hand in that combination.
And strong body attack.
And Howarth is just holding on.
And smiling.
Head and smiling. And you know what? When you're talking to the other fighter, it means you were shaken up a bit.
Without a doubt.
You're talking to yourself more than the other guy. Right round kick to the body by Howarth and a right hand by Howarth. But Canino has the early lead this round. Lou, how have you got this one so far?
Close fight, Mike. I'm not going to make a prediction right now, but as the fights go on, I think we're going to start separating the score. Good action on both fighters' parts.
Come on, Bonnie.
Kick for punch.
Crowd likes that one. But Corator can't get these women apart. And he's telling Bonnie Canino, when I say break, break, Canino only wants to be toe-to-toe.
All they want to do is get at each other as soon as possible.
Both women endlessly competitive. Lisa Howard says fighters are born. Bonnie Canino agrees. She played sports with her younger brothers, went into martial arts. Both women were laughed at when they told trainers they wanted to be kickboxers. Both women have persevered and succeeded. They are champions of the world.
Another sport that Bonnie entered into, one as competitive and then stimulated as much as kickboxing.
Howarth with a good left round kick to the head, but Canino kept cutting.
Right back.
Tell you what, we were so impressed with Howard's power in the last fight. Either Canino's closed the gap and not let her fully extend, perhaps kept Howarth on her heels, or perhaps we overrated Howard's power because Canino has sucked up everything.
Without a doubt, she's taken her best punches and kicks and just kept coming.
Inside, not inside.
And Cortone wants to break him again. Canino wants to fight inches apart, if that. Left hook smothered by Howarth. Canino, another strong round. End of round 4.
Another strong round. Deep breath. Deep breath.
Okay. All right, let's take a look now at some of that action, Lou.
Good strong right hand by Bonnie. Another punch by Bonnie. Her corner, Mike Keith, again, a world champion, her boyfriend, trainer, and also world champion. Telling her she's got to throw more than one punch. Combination.
And wants her to kick strongly. Here is that 5th round. Manager Paul Ingram, booking agent Paul Ingram, said, this is going to be your round, Lisa. Bonnie has other thoughts. It was the predicted round for a knockout by Ingram. Both these women have so much in common. Overcoming opinions, both growing up playing sports with boys, pursuing martial arts and deciding they wanted the full contact.
Good body attack by Bonnie inside. Good strong combination.
Canino again pinning Howarth against the ropes, and that may be why we haven't seen Howarth's power quite as strongly in this fight. Right hand underneath the breast for Howarth, digging it into the solar plexus. Timeout. They call hold time. We might have a piece of tape loose here. Yes, it is. Tape that's holding the glove strings at the top of the glove has come off, and Paul Ingram will retape Lisa Howard's right hand. I'll tell you, one of the big weights for Lisa Howard is the fact she knows her mother, even though she's glad for her success and roots for, worries, and Lisa just hates that.
It's always thought on the outside when you camp with someone inside the ring. You feel the blows more than they do inside.
That's true. That is often true. Maybe not the day after, but certainly while they're flying. Straight right hand by Howard. Right hand by Canino sends Howard backwards. Now, Canino trying to keep the legs. There's a knee. A little Muay Thai coming up from Lisa Howard, perhaps forgetting it.
Strong left hand by Bonnie as Lisa is coming in.
And Howard's right hand didn't have nearly the sting. Landing at the end of that exchange. Right hand drives the head back for Howard. And here's Canino behind the left. And Canino taking the play away from Howard now. Desperate to regain her title. Oh, right hand by Howard. Canino.
Another right hand.
A right hand up. Canino feeling the power now of Howard, and keeps on coming straight front kick. Driving body back. She only has one direction though.
Another right punch as the body was coming in.
Canino coming in, but she's not ducking. She's not stepping to the side. She's not getting off. She's merely closing the distance and eating punches.
That's better.
Right hand to the belly by Howard. Left hook by Howard. Not as strong. Howard to the body again. Canino holding on. Off balance, and now she straightens up.
What a finish to a round.
Howard just got back into this one.
The fans that love it is one of the best female fights, equal to the last fight, which I also said. Bird just knocked Bonnie in the face twice. Dana, you want this championship?
Get out of that.
Howarth at mid-ring, breathing deeply. Too much Vaseline on the face, says Fred Corritone. No fair. No fair. Hey, take that off. It's also dangerous. It can get in the eye of the fighter. You really don't want to do that as a trainer, even though it could keep a cut from opening up. Howarth dancing now, but back against the ropes. Tries to make Canino miss, stands up tall in front of her, and Canino has Howarth where she likes her. Howarth keeps the legs moving, though. Keeps changing the angle. A little better than she did earlier. Right round kick by Howarth that time to Canino, and the right hand and the left hook land for Howarth. Canino lands, but takes a shot coming in. Oh, right round kick. There was some of that power, and a right hand to follow by Howard. She's using combinations now, Lou.
And again, her trainer, Keith, was telling her more combinations, not one punches, and she's following him and scoring.
Canino has given so much in the first 5 rounds. I got this fight very even. I'd have to give the edge to Canino, Lou.
Mike, it's similar to the last fight. Again, almost anyone sitting here. Again, it's an up-in-the-air fight. Both fighters could pull it out. They're both scoring consecutively. They're both very aggressive.
Got a 1-round difference for Bonnie Canino, who out-hustled Howarth early. Canino now looks the worse for wear. If she can get through this round, maybe she'll rejuvenate like the great champion she is. She's been 10 rounds many more times than the current champion, Howard.
As close as it is, the favorite, again, will go towards Bonnie. She definitely has strong style, but Lisa came back with 3 strong punches.
Not hurting Canino, but slowly that kind of punishment causes attrition. And she's controlling the action with her hands. Canino looks a little more rested now, reaches with the left hand, takes a right to the body, and Canino grimaced and bent from the waist. Front kick for Howard, working now, a left round kick to the belly of Howard. I'll tell you, Howard's got steel in that stomach. That was a hard shot from Canino, and the left hand over the top pushes Howard backwards. End of round number 6. Unbelievable. We've got a 10-rounder. Can these women go the distance?
We got 4 rounds left, Mike, and everyone's seeing some great action. Okay, back.
I'll tell you, Howard came in here expecting to be stronger without the layoff because of the kicks. better conditioning, having finally been 10 rounds as we watch the action.
Strong body right hand. And again, that's the best punch, always has been.
One of the scary things about Lisa Howarth, who we were staring at there in the corner between rounds, an attractive blonde, as we look at Canino here, is that coming in to the last fight, she had no marks on her face. A warrior with no scars. She had one cut sewn under the eyebrow, as you see Howarth there. This fight, she's come in as a warrior. She came in with 2 black eyes that have not cleared up. Finally, this sport is taking its toll.
She says the hard part is training before the fight, which is so true. It's the months before, not the one fight. But again, this fight is a tough fight.
Oh, nice right side kick up to the head by Howarth, but she's dumped for trouble. Slipped down, no knockdown.
Why aren't you calling it? No, kick, let's go.
Kelly in the
Good
corner,
uppercut.
giving instructions to Howarth, but Canino pins her on the ropes, but Canino pays for it. Canino no longer slipping punches as she comes in. Bonnie looks rejuvenated, though. She looks a lot
very
fresher.
determined fighter, and again, as we always saw in the past, a later round or a better round. And Lisa's got to start moving with that power and not let Bonnie get into the 8th and 9th round, because that's her best round.
And if you look at the expressions on the faces, Howarth is the tireder fighter from Manchester, England, of the 2.
Similar to the last round fight. The early part of the fight is what made her the victor.
Howarth excited that things are going to happen for her in America if she can win this fight. She may relocate here. She says in Britain they don't pay a lot of attention. In America, you're treated like a star, especially when you fight at the Trump Taj Mahal in the Hard Knock series.
Again, as she says, again, her biggest exposure has been these fights at the Taj. And it's like the Beatles. They were big in England, but when they came to the United States, they became superstars. And Lisa expects also to be a superstar. Came back with 2 beautiful punches.
She's been waiting for this, a chance to stay busy. 26 years old. She fought her first fight at age 16, 10 years.
Good left hand by Bonnie.
As Canino powers back.
And Lisa acknowledges it by shaking her head. Lisa's showing a little weirdness.
And it's a reversal of last round. And Canino, who was hit early in this round, has perhaps taken back this round against Howard.
And the judges, Mike, as you know, always consider aggression, and definitely Bonnie is the aggressor. I give her, again, a slight edge on the fight, as you did.
And, of course, last fight, the aggression, a lot of it went to Howard. And Canino pulls up that punch at the bell. Clean fighters, end of round 6. End of round 7.
Busted her nose. Throw it more often.
Here we go, more action. Bonnie Canino grew up competitive, and there's the left hand over the top and punishing Howard and driving her back. Canino claiming now, hey, I maybe have the power in this fight. As we go to round number 8, and again a slip down by Howard on the attempted kick. And now they'll call timeout. Fred Cortone says the tape is loose on Bonnie Canino's wrist. Bonnie Canino grew up trying to play ball and keep up with her older brother, a Navy SEAL, kind of a competitive sort in and of himself. When she first came to Bert Rodriguez and said, I'm tired of martial arts, I want to go all out, I want to be a kickboxer, he laughed, and she had to prove it to him that she could do it.
He's not laughing anymore, Mike.
He is not. She's his star pupil. Lisa Howard, same thing, asked for a fight, the trainer laughed at her. Not the trainer she has now. Right hand to the body by Canino, and a left hand. Spinning back fist by Bonnie Canino with the left. They're calling for Howard to throw the round kick, and that one was long and missed.
As our fans know, that's a favorite technique. Came down with an axe kick, but barely missed.
Straight the nose of Canino. Caught Canino by surprise with that technique, though. Canino all over Howard again this round. Whoa, leaning in with the left hand. Now, last fight, Canino led with that left, leaned in, and left herself vulnerable, and often didn't land. She's got the distance measured better.
Without a doubt. She's trained for this fight, defensively and offensively, and it's showing.
Canino ducking under the punches again. She is totally rejuvenated. Only a couple of rounds ago, she looked dead on her feet, and again we have tape loose. Howarth, breathing heavily, will get a break. It's not for Canino's advantage.
And both fighters can use a break.
To the middle, to the middle. I'm ready. Break the rhythm up. Break it up. Shift, in and out.
Canino on her toes, now coming in behind the left hand, smothering Howarth where she can't use her kicks and her power. Howard's hand caught in the ropes that derailed an uppercut. Bonnie Canino in her corner said, hey.
Italian Tornado DeBella takes on Park Price. Ed the Lion Butcher battles Mike the
trainer and manager, and he was slapping her in between rounds. Any effect on her during this fight because of that exchange in the corner?
No, all he's trying to do is remind her that to be a champion, you have to give that extra effort, and he's trying to force her to bring that out. Kickboxing is by far the most competitive sport, and we're seeing kickboxing in its finest form. These are two of the best female fighters on the circuit today.
Has to anger her, though, right?
Without a doubt, but at the same time, she knows it's out of love, trying to push her to give that extra effort.
One quick thing, we'll go back to Michael. The difference in this fight so far, the fact that Bonnie Canino is fighting inside and not letting Howarth extend?
Without a doubt. Bonnie also was much more aggressive in her last fight. She was more defensive and gave Lisa the room to throw her offensive technique, which was a big mistake for her.
Let's go back to the man, Michael Clark.
All right, at ringside in the middle of round number 8. Good mix of exchanges early. Right round kick inside. Howard lifting all the way up to the head. Struck well. For her, Canino again using the hands, and pretty even action thus far midway through this round. I've got Canino up by at least 2 rounds, Lee.
Well, that I give a slight edge also to Canino. She's been the aggressor, close fight, but again on a close fight, the aggression definitely throws some extra points. But solid, strong action on both fighters' part.
Howard with the left hook not able to keep Canino off, and she looks frustrated. A reversal of expressions on these fighters' faces from the last time we saw them fight.
And a corner keeps spinning out combinations, not one punch, not one kick. And that's got to be the most negative thing that Lisa is doing today, single punches and single kicks.
Indeed. Howard takes a shot to the stomach and now brings the right leg up as she continues to pursue, and now she is after Canino. And I'll tell you what, if I was her corner, I'd be telling her, that's what I'd do. I'd go on the attack. I wouldn't let Canino set the pace.
Without a doubt. And that's definitely her mistake. Again, she's too defensive, giving Bonnie the room to come in and letting her come in freely without keeping her at bay as she tries.
Only one more round to go in the last 10 seconds of round 9.
Good left hand. Sends her back and she acknowledges it, Lisa.
Good indeed. Canino right to the stomach to follow up. Now they clinch, and Bonnie Canino will enter round number 10, the final round, in quest of her title and Howard's WKA 118-pound title on my card ahead.
Without a doubt, Mike, she's got ahead, and again, won that last round big.
There he is, Lisa Howard. Let's listen to Keith Pelly, if we can hear him. Does he know the champion is behind?
One. Everything's one. Everything's one. Okay? Last round, coach. Okay?
Listen. Combination. Throw combination.
Come on. Set the fight. Don't walk into anything. Yeah,
just let him fly.
Let him fly this round.
Okay. Let him fly.
You all right?
Keep a tight guard.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 10th
Keep the chin down.
final
Your
round.
kicks
A round of applause for these two beautiful ladies in the ring right now.
All right, we're ready to go. Round number 10, the final round. It's the final round of action, a tremendous world women's featherweight title fight.
Lisa's got to get a knockout, I think, to win the fight at this point. Great action.
Canino still coming forward. Howard, we think, behind on points in the silver trunks. Muay Thai fighting pants.
Again, unofficial, but definitely think that she's behind her combination. A corner keeps shooting out. Combinations, not one punch and not kick. And that's been the biggest negativity in Lisa's arsenal of attack. Single and not combos.
But Canino's aggressive. Oh, there's a nice front kick to the head by Howard. Now Canino dances around.
But again, Lisa's got the knockout power that can knock anyone out with a right punch or right kick at any time.
Indeed, and Canino looking to duck that right hand and get inside, being more cautious, leading with the jab nicely. And now they're in close. Howard pushing round kick to the head. Howard's best kick perhaps of the night. Canino shakes it off, comes right back at her. Right left jab right to the head of the charging Canino, the southpaw. Right round kick to the body by Howarth. And again, confuses Canino's attack with the right front kick to the ribs.
Strong action. There's no loser in this fight, Mike.
Absolutely not. Let's see this one again. We said that last time.
Everybody's been waiting for this fight, and they got what they were waiting for, a great fight.
Not much time left now, half a minute. Howard left round kick to the body. Canino blocks that one and comes in behind her hands. 24 seconds left. Women's World Featherweight title action.
You know, Bonnie didn't want to talk outside the ring. She said, I'll talk inside the ring, and she is.
And Howard taking a page from Canino's fight last time. We've got time out here. We've got another, we got a kick that needs to be adjusted, a shin guard. But that was a spinning back fist by Howard. That's what Canino used last fight to surprise Howard. 10 seconds or less now as you hear them bang on the mat. The crowd is screaming.
They love it, Mike. It's great kickboxing action.
And like much of the night, it's Canino with the right hand. Busy. Howard hooks her. Canino does too, and Canino raises her hand. I won. Bonnie Canino believes she is the winner. Paul Ingram, it is so tough for the women fighters of this generation. They have no predecessors. When they went into the gym or the dojo to train, each one of these women, Bonnie Canino above us, cheering on the crowd, shaking her fist into the air. There were no women to spar with, no other women to train, no role models. They've overcome a lot, including the opinion of a lot of men that women should not be doing this. They're modern heroes, both inside and outside the ring, for their perseverance. Up in the ring, Lou Neglia and Paul Perina, the co-promoters for Hard Knock, will present the World Championship belt to one of these two women who will walk away with the WKA 118-pound title and, perhaps more importantly, the kick featherweight 125-pound title. Both those titles currently are Lisa Howard's titles. There is Bonnie Canino. You saw the determination of a 10-year struggle gone awry when she lost her title and her dream. She was so determined, her face so set, muscles so taut as she entered the ring tonight, and she fought the fight I believe she knew she had to fight here tonight. She was relentless. It was the Bonnie Canino we did not see in Hard Knock 4 in October of 1993. And there is the belt. Lou Neglia on the left, Paul Perina with his back to us, the business manager of this terrific Hard Knock partnership. And now let's go up in the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the scorecards. James Powers scores about 98-96. He has it for Canino. Ralph Rispoli scores about 99-97. He scores it for Howard. And Joe Gebbe scores about 95-95. It's a three-way split in the voting. The bout is a draw. Let's hear it for both. The champion retains the title. Lisa Howarth from Great Britain retains the title on the draw.
All right, I'm in with their winner. It's Lisa Howarth, a draw. She retains the title. Lisa, or you got to be surprised by the decision, right?
Yeah, I thought she'd got the fight. You know, it was a good fight. I went backwards all the fight, which obviously can influence the judges, but I was still scoring a lot of the time. And I know she worked the whole time. You know, I was catching with a lot of front kicks to the face. A lot of it's, you know, you got to score the contest on good hits rather than just somebody working all the time.
Okay, we're almost out of time. Very quickly, do you think you lost the fight?
No.
All right, back to you, Michael. Thank you.
I think that Lisa Howarth clearly expressed her sentiments and my sentiments at ringside when she said, I really thought it was her fight. At the end, as a champion, she'll enjoy her belt. She'll give nothing. Maybe we'll have a third fight. Lou Neglia will know for sure.